There's no denying it. Mother Teresa was an inspiration and light for countless people thanks to her big heart and dedication to helping those in need. She always seemed to know what to say to help encourage others to see the good in the world. The best Mother Teresa quotes of all time, to keep you inspired, motivated and to see the world through the eyes of love. True love is love that causes us pain, that hurts, and yet brings us joy. That is why we must pray to God and ask Him to give us the courage to love. If you are humble, nothing will touch you, neither praise nor disgrace, because you know what you are. Be kind and merciful. Let no one ever come to you without coming away better and happier. One of the realities we're all called to go through is to move from repulsion to compassion and from compassion to wonderment. We cannot give what we have not got. There is thing you can do but I cannot, and there is thing I can but you cannot. So, let us make something beautiful for God. If you are discouraged, it is a sign of pride because it shows you trust in your own powers. We interfere with God's plans when we push in someone or something else not suitable for us. Be strict with yourself, and then be very strict with what you are receiving from the outside. Do not wait for leaders, do it alone, person to person. I know I am touching the living body of Christ in the broken bodies of the hungry and the suffering. We must never be afraid to be a sign of contradiction for the world. The fruit of love is service, which is compassion in action. There is more hunger for love and appreciation in this world than for bread. We ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. Never worry about numbers. Help one person at a time, and always start with the person nearest you. You are greater than you know. The way you help heal the world is you start with your own family. God speaks in the silence of the heart. Whenever you share love with others, you'll notice the peace that comes to you and to them. Yes, you must live life beautifully and not allow the spirit of the world that makes gods out of power, riches, and pleasure make you to forget that you have been created for greater things. I have found the paradox, that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love. The best way to succeed in life is to act on the advice we give to others. In order to keep the lamp burning, you have to keep putting the oil in it. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. Smiling novices, I can hear the music of your laughter of joy. Learn, my children, to be holy, for true holiness consists of doing God's work with a smile. One of the greatest diseases is to be nobody to anybody. We have to possess before we can give. It's not how much we give but how much love we put into giving. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. I know God won't give me anything I can't handle. I just wish He didn't trust me so much. Peace and war start within one's own home. If we really want peace for the world, let us start by loving one another within our families. Sometimes it is hard for us to smile at one another. God is everywhere and in everything, and without Him we cannot exist. Words which do not give the light of Christ increase the darkness. He will use you to accomplish great things on the condition that you believe much more in His love than in your weakness. The first requirement for prayer is silence. People of prayer are people of silence. I don't do great things. I do small things with great love. Humility is truth, therefore in all sincerity, we must be able to look up and say, I can do all things in Him who strengthens me. By yourself you can do nothing, have nothing but sin, weakness and misery. All the gifts of nature and grace you have them from God. If I look at the mass, I will never act. If I look at the one, I will. Any country that accepts abortion is not teaching its people to love but to use violence to get what they want. The problem with the world is that we draw the circle of our family too small. Even the rich are hungry for love, for being cared for being wanted, for having someone to call their own. If now we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten how to see God in one another. There is a light in this world, a healing spirit more powerful than any darkness we may encounter. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Prayer is not asking. Prayer is putting oneself in the hands of God, at His disposition, and listening to His voice in the depth of our hearts. Being unwanted, unloved, uncared for, forgotten by everybody, I think that is a much greater hunger, a much greater poverty than the person who has nothing to eat. Do not think that love, in order to be genuine, has to be extraordinary. What we need is to love without getting tired. Do not wait for leaders, do it alone, person to person. Joy is a net of love by which you can catch souls. I think I'm more difficult than critical. I try to give to the poor people for love what the rich could get for money. No, I wouldn't touch a leper for 1,000 pounds, yet I willingly cure him for the love of God. I want you to be concerned about your next door neighbor. Do you know your next door neighbor? If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. I am a little pencil in the hand of a writing God who is sending a love letter to the world. It is a kingly act to assist the fallen. I do not pray for success, I ask for faithfulness. I have found the paradox, that if you